why they leave them there, the homeless people, because they want the society warning. When you arrive off the station, you don't play the game, that's where you are. You know, it's all part of their cruel, sick agenda. And you all know poverty is man-made. You know, how is that even permitted in this realm? That people, anybody has to suffer in this realm. Why is that permissible?
That's better.
You know, that just makes my blood boil. I can't believe we live in a realm where they let people, you know, search for food in rubbish dumps and what, you know, just the terrible things that are happening in the world today, every single day. And so permeated by this Western philosophy, these Phoenicians. This is, you know, the movie theatres of Hollywood, the dream casters, the dream makers that will make a movie and seemingly everyone will think this is a reality and, you know, take it upon their lives. So that film has meant so much to me for the rest of their lives. An imprint on their consciousness from the movies, and they know exactly what they're doing. Okay? Once you're truly awake to this paradigm and the lies, we can feel uncomfortable, can feel frustrated, but I don't feel any anger because I see it for what it is. Okay, and the beauty of it is okay, a lot of people have just got jihad, etc. We know what's going on with them, you know, the black goo, etc. But the beauty of it is you get the awake people. Yeah, and it's like literally a beautiful thing. You get so many, like this pandemic has just happened, just done nothing to benefit the truth movement, because, you know, people are asking serious questions. Well, hang on a minute, this is making zero sense. To get online, do a little bit of research, one link leads to another, the next thing you know, they're down a rabbit hole of truthing, and then eventually they find out that most things have just been predictably programmed and lies. And the history one is a mind blower though, because that really creeps me out, that they would go to the effort. They tell you this in 1984 George Orwell book anyway, that they do this, rewrite history for every generation, really. But it's startling to me that they would go to the effort to literally fabricate the past. It's big problem. Newspapers, just thinking about it, they went to that effort to set up big narratives. For example, San Francisco earthquake, a lot of these American city fires, the expositions. So many of these historical notes out there that they have basically, well, we have exposed. You know, we have told everybody about it. So, and cat's out of the bag, it can be put back in the bag. Okay? Never can be put back in the bag. So they've had to shift the entire civilization, the entire paradigm to fit the new exposes that are coming out. Because there's no escaping the history's alive. You know, we have proved this 1,000 times. I can prove it right now. It's alive. They're fabricating the past. Okay? They're photoshopping the past. So that we look at the past and we think that's exactly how it was, and we make a decision in our minds when it's just fake, like their germs, which are just CGI, like their planets, just CGI. You know, it's this thing. It's terrible, toxic. So yeah, what time is it now? So in about 10 minutes' time, I'm going to get this Skype ready, a quick drink, okay? In about 5 minutes' time, we're going to crank it up with Brian Stavely, okay? I don't know if you know him. Dose of Reality, any of you? Yeah? I've known Brian maybe 10 years. This guy's like a legendary, old school, you know, truther from way back. And Jennifer, I guess her name's Santal, who is Truth Seeker 69, and Jenny, yeah, she's fantastic. Campbell as well, also didactic. So he says he's there standing by as well, so just give me a minute, and I'll give him a ring, and then we can have a little step up. Excuse me. I'll catch up with what he's doing then, Campbell, isn't it? Do any of you follow also didactic? Yeah. I think he's moved, hasn't he, or something? Got in his back. The band line. Okay. Let's start up. Don't believe in anything. Okay.
much like one, really. High five. First getting something, you don't know how it's going to be, you don't know where you are.
How I can just sit down and relax.
You can, darling. Got 12 hours of sitting down and relaxing.
So,
And a captive audience. How many things we can get into one?
Sorry?
You've got to buy one for your mate, you've got to buy one for your mum.
Oh, yeah.
Just give us all that.
Yo. Rich? What is that? So excited! That's pleasure. Bring the group. Okay, they're all there. But Roxanne? Wow, technology. How are you doing that? Right, stay, please. No, that's coming through terrible there.
Usual fun with technology.
Oh, yeah.
Echo. Talk, Rich, are you coming through all right, mate? You hear me?
I hate online conferences.
I can hear
I
you,
know, it's
mate.
boring,
I didn't know if I was going to be in this.
Yeah, well, you can. You're here for now. Anyway, so that's a beautiful thing. And Campbell, who is still like sort of buffing and strolling. Have you fallen off, Campbell? Are you there? Right, Brian Snavely, my friend, brother, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can. Can you hear me?
Sorry, Brian.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, you hear you beautifully. Thank you. Campbell is unavailable. He fell back asleep. There he is. So, Brian, can you hear me?
I can. I get a little bit of an echo.
Well, you would do. I'm on a microphone, so I think you're just gonna. Okay, my phone can actually see nothing. My line on it. So, Brian Staveley, #1 Mandela effect guy in the world. Yeah. Where are you now? You're still in California, I believe, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in California right now, man.
Yeah. Well, can you?
So it's
Yeah.
4 a.m. right now.
4 a.m. The things you do for truth, Brian. Round of applause for Brian. Woo! Plenty here, Brian. Plenty here. Appreciate you. There's a lot of your fans here. No dose of reality. I have been talking about the changes in the realm, especially like recently, Time doing one and the other like definite changes. So, have you got any like new Mandela effects that you've come across that have really, got you just lately? Some changes.
Lately? I had to think about that for a second. What lately would be one of the biggest ones to come across.
Because you've got the old ones, like obviously Dolly got braces. I'm sure most people are aware of that, Michael, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, and there's so much more than that. It gets so much deeper than just the media things. Sorry, I just had a little brief on like what the newest ones I covered would be. But it goes so much deeper than the movies and the music and all that, because the scripture that has changed, there's geography that has changed.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to talk about, Martin, is the history of the world that has changed. A lot of the stuff I cover has to do with like the German history with America, and all the interactions between World War I, World War II, all these new. Now I'm not saying that these events are what they say, but all these new attacks that are popping up and everything that weren't part of our time, and because now it's like Germany's completely wiped out.
Are you talking about that attack?
Like up and down the East Coast for the last 100 years.
I knew about that though. I knew about that. You know that East Coast attack by the U-boats in the First World War in New York? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about that. I knew about that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. What about the Black Tom?
No, I didn't know about that. No.
Yeah, that's my biggest one, because the Statue of Liberty was now attacked by German spies in 1916, and they it blew up a whole bunch of stuff in New York. You asked me some of the newer ones. Now it's coming to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have heard me talk about that. But now there's like the Kingsland explosions where 40 buildings were blown up just 2 years later after Black Tom in 1918. Now there's another German attack in Massachusetts with torpedoes landed on a beach in Cape Cod. So there's all sorts of weird stuff like that that's been going on.
No, don't know about that. No. So, Rich, you there, my friend? You can come chip in at any time if you want. Is this something you look at, this subject at all?
Oh, I'm here, mate. I am here. I was just on mute. But yes, like I said, I wasn't sure if you wanted me on this bit, mate.
Well, it doesn't matter, you do it now anyway. But we're looking for Jen, and she's not actually connected. She just rung me. If someone could, like, sort of add her, that would be fantastic. Could you add her, Brian? For me?
Is she on Skype?
Yeah, she is now. She just rung me 10 minutes ago, brother. But I was talking. So if you could just add her, that would be fantastic. Get Jen on. That would be brilliant. Thanks. If you could. So, Doubts of Reality in the house. And 007 at Ocean 11. Oh, brilliant. So yeah, I posted last week, I don't know where you see it, Brian, you know about the geographical changes you suggest?
Yes.
South America not being so westwardly orientated, yeah? Well, I found a map the other day, and as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, right, I've got to see this. It was a cosmography, 1500s, like a colour atlas.
Yeah.
And South America was, sort of closer to where I used to remember it. So, oh, Brian, go see this, because it's not like any map you see today, any of them. It's the old orientation.
Yeah.
Glitched up there, my friend. No, you go on there, Brian. It's always best to juice up on an Ethernet cable when you're doing Skype, I find, which I haven't done. Brian, you there? No, he's lost his connection, but he is in California, so we'll give him that. And I think he's adding Jen. So, Nick, Rich. Sorry, I'm just looking at my son over there. Rich, help me. I'm a one-man show. I've got a lot of people in my chat here. Do you want to say hi to the Flat Earth British peeps? Flat thumb then? Flat thumbs? Oh, they like that. That's good. How cool is that? Sorry. Alright, thanks. Winich. Let's leave that there. Roxanne in the house? Oh, so you connect me up to the Wi-Fi would be absolutely fantastic. Because I'm literally streaming off the phone and broadband at the same time, off my phone. Tether in. Huh? No, mine's alright. Yeah. I leave it in my comments, in my descriptions. Fine, absolutely fine. martinliga7@gmail.com. Why? Oh, yeah. L-I-E, D for David, T-K-E. 7 @gmail.com. That's me. And let's get them broadband. There you are. Perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, just I'm not sure where Jen is. We'll see if Brian. Sorry about that, Brian, but broadband dropped off. Been using Teppering for an international call, which was ridiculous in extreme. Wow, that's really weird.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, man. You're fine.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Mark?
Yes, Dave. Sweet. It was me, Brian. My broadband went. It wasn't you, okay?
It's okay.
Okay. Rich, you still there? Could you add Jen, Steve? Did you do that? Fine. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still there, mate.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, but she's just doing that. She's not good. Hi, Jenkins. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't added you to the group yet, but I need to. And then you'll be on a Campbell that hasn't joined just yet, but you're with Bright Stately, your mate. So,
Okay.
so you got up especially early. What time is it there where you are? Where are you?
I'm in Alabama,
Yeah.
and it is 6 a.m. here.
Woo! Everyone's getting up so early.
Yeah.
Thanks for making the effort. But Brian's on 4 o'clock, I think, so thank you very much for making the effort.
Yes, 4 o'clock on Brian.
So, ripple effect. What are you working on? What is your ripple effect ideal? What is going on with you? Tell us. Exciting stuff.
Well, I've been researching the reset, the event that may have taken place in the not so distant past. Everybody's been talking about the reset event or X Factor event, you might say. There you are. Yeah, and how his story is one big lie, and kind of like deconstructing his story and trying to figure out the real story that happened. And I really love the work that you've done, Martin. You've opened my eyes up to so much stuff, and you're a key component in this journey of truth, and I really appreciate your work. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We love to see you, Jen. You brought lovely vibration to the place instantly, so thanks. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, Planet British, the holy grail of the Great Reset is 4 points, and it's not difficult to get your head around a reset, considering we're actually undergoing some sort of reset at the moment, and we're changing civilization to some weird dystopic smart world. Sounds really fun and exciting. Can't wait to do that.
I think we're experiencing right now the reset of the human consciousness right now, which, seems to be what they do prior to the actual reset itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of people are wondering what the hell is going on, with all of these changes and, the thing that's going on with the time, it's just gone. And, how can we be in middle of April already? What exactly is going on? It's just it's been like a day. This year's been like a day. It's just been insane. And the changing mood of it all as well. I noticed that, a lot of people have, I'm guessing over the Christmas period and the last few months, from what I'm getting, and what people have been telling me from my emails and that, is that they've been struggling just lately. Because being awake, having to deal with the ridiculousness of it all, and live with it as well. How do people live with this, with these lives? It's just, wow, it just gets me. I don't know.
It's not easy, but I think, those of us who are awake to truth seem to be at a higher vibrational frequency, and we're kind of hyper aware of our environment and the situations that are taking place around us. And we can see through the lies so much easier now. And I don't even have to pick apart anything. You can just see it all being orchestrated among us, and through the media, and they own all that, the platforms and everything. And they're really steering the consciousness of humanity into a certain direction. And we don't want to go down that road. If we can see where that road's going to take us, then it's no bueno.
Yeah, I think we fixed it, but I think because there's no past and there's no future as such, so the instances of now, and now there's all there ever is, then I think in a future now, I think that we got so smart and got so, worked this place out so well that we fixed it. We just haven't got there yet. And I think that we're feeling the repercussions now, in the past, now, in this now, of what we've done in the future. Because the troopers are relentless and they won't give up. And to me, the system's already broke. That's why it's so ridiculous. It's coming apart because they're showing you that this is a fake paradigm. And this is not who we are. It's all about us. It's always been the people. It's the powers of the people. It's us. It's us. This is our realm, and we brought them in here. Okay? We brought them in here, and they knew it. With greed and just all the programming and everything that they're all into. Which doesn't interest me in the slightest. How about you, Jen?
Absolutely. I think all this has to happen right now. It kind of gives us an idea of where we're at in our human psyche, our situation here, and everything is being revealed, or especially on their end. It's not even like they're trying to hide anything or anywhere. Like you said, it's ridiculous, and each new thing that comes out, it gets even more and more ridiculous. That it's so obvious to see now all of the lies, and they're exposing themselves. But there's still a great many people out there who can't see what's going on and are still totally buying the lies and the new narratives.
You got people here.
Frustrating.
I don't know whether they do it in America. Do they put these little bows everywhere, all over the place, and over fences and all of that in support of Ukraine and stuff? Do they do that? Because like that drives me nuts. Shouldn't it be like but out? Not like there's anything happening anyway. And shouldn't it be like against war instead of drawing in an opposition? Yeah. I'm sure like the Russian people are absolutely smashing, and it's the government. So everyone's just they get and everyone's happy to jump on the hate wagon, aren't they? And they don't even know what they're hating, really. We'll go jump on that wagon and stick a little rosettes on our fences and start beating on, one of the richest GDPs in the world, right? Make sure you donate to that. So, it makes no sense. It's just like, and people are getting bored with that, so, they'll probably have another rollout or something, keep people nice and asleep. Because they're going to have to slow this somehow. Lockdown never worked. Not lockdown hasn't worked, has it? Just made a lot of people go online and look into history.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I think it was to our benefit. It was a blessing in disguise in many ways, and they already have their next narrative ready to go. They have to keep us trapped in that fear-based mentality, that low vibrational frequency. When everybody's frequencies now are actually rising, they want to do whatever they can to stifle it and keep it back down and keep us in that fear-based mentality.
100% they're doing that. Yeah, keep us down. This fear factor, the whole of society is driven by fear. Fear of what? Fear of what? It's usually the invisible or an entity, which is also invisible. Governments, whatever.
Yeah, the unseen enemy. It's always the unseen enemy. It's either some terrorist way over there or some microscopic enemy you can't see.
Yeah, and all the while you open your window, the birds are tweeting, and the day's just carrying on, there's nothing happening. Switch your television on. Not that I've got one, I'm just saying.
They said at the beginning the only way to catch COVID was through the eyes, and that's...
Oh no, that's true.
Watching the tell lies to your...
Television. Yeah. Nice fun, Jen. Yeah. Yeah, man, if they could just get rid of, like, the media's got them, like, if they could make them hate on a nation just because the telly tells them to, or come out on the front door clapping the NHS for, like, doing their awesome work on us all. Oh yeah, they do. They'll go on, I just, like, find it ridiculous that everyone's just, like, clapping. It's just like, what? Like seals, because the telly told them, you're going out at 6:30 to clap. What? You wait till after the Queen's Jubilee, because they'll make sure that's done before they do anything else. Yeah.
Now, did you guys have, in England, did you have the TikTok nurses dancing around your hospitals like we did here?
They're not nurses. Nurses do not wear rings. They're not allowed earrings. They're not allowed makeup. They're not nurses. They're crisis actors. And that's stupid. That dance that they're all doing is exactly the same dance as the Olympic opening ceremony. It's some sort of ritual. It's all the same moves. You've got doctors doing it. They're all doing exactly the same daft as shit dance. It's doing it.
I would like to explain that to you. What they're doing, if you look at the TikTok dances throughout, the period that it was going on, if you look at a variety of them, you can see they're doing a very similar dance in each one. It's very rigid and kind of line dancing and all this stuff like that. They're actually dancing sigils. They're doing sigil dancing. And these sigils are for demons. And Divok, COVID backwards is Divok, which means evil entity trying to attach itself to you. So they're doing sigil dancing in that. Yeah, so if you look at the sigils for the demons and imagine them up off of like a 2D form and up and rotating and moving and stuff, it would be like if you see Britney Spears doing her dances, Michael Jackson, all these, very choreographed stuff. I call them spellcasting codes of choreography, where they're, Michael Jackson's doing this.
Well, yeah, don't blame it on the boogie. He tells you in the music of that. He says, like, there's the devil's in the music, don't blame it on the boogie. Yeah, in that
and
song.
And that's what they were doing with those TikTok nurses and stuff. They were dancing sigils because this was a major satanic ritual that took place over us. They were spellcasting upon us for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that is really sinister, isn't it? If you look at it,
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They've been working on us from so many angles, though, haven't they? It's just like, they've been beating everyone down, and then everyone's getting depressed, and like they just proved that economies don't mean anything, and if they just want money, they'll just print it out. I mean, proving fiat currency, proving it's all fake. More money was printed. What was it in 2021 than in the last 60 years? It's just like, you need it, we'll just print it. But that's just.
Well, most people have attention deficit disorder due to the, overabundance of entertainment coming through and news. They're constantly hitting you with, conflicting news stories, during the whole COVID thing, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, get a vax, don't get a vax, all this different stuff. It was so much different information coming out on so many different platforms that it was chaotic. And it seemed very confusing, and they want that type of confusion and division, so you don't know which way to turn it and stuff. And you'll just do whatever you're told. I'll just put it on and get it over with,
Bang on. That's exactly what's happening. And this fear, the fear, once they got that fear, and you got that negative energy, then they can, that's what feeds them. If you're smiling and you've got like a Kung Fu master, the noble art is not giving a fuck. I was on zero empties a long time. I was on empty a long time ago. Okay, and that's my saving grace. Because of my vibration, I seem to become invisible. Yeah, if I'm in a supermarket or something, nobody can see me. It's like I'm literally invisible, or they're scared to look at me or something. Yeah. Because I'm like, it's like you can see me. I'm invisible. Honestly, it's got to that stage where we're just resonant or vibrating, so differently today. Yeah, I am. So what I'm going to do now, Jen, I'm going to go back to the other call, and I'm going to add you to this call, so we'll be in a group. That was fact. You're brilliant. Let's be round of applause, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, see you in a minute. It's good. Let's go to start though, don't you? Oh, you can have a Campbell.
What's happened to Lawrence?
Oi, oi! I can do an Aussie. Is that a Campbell? Good day. Good day, Cobber. Throw another kangaroo on the baggie. Right?
I like things like this.
Campbell, are you there? Talk to me, or forever hold your silence. Yes, good. Yeah? What time is it there, Campbell?
It is 7:12 a.m.
Oh, that's brilliant. Anyway, so we got auto-didactic Campbell in the house. A nice big round of applause, Campbell. We do love a bit of auto-didactic, don't we?
Oh yeah.
So Campbell, what's the score? What's going on? Tell me some stuff. I know you're like definitely one of the leading edges on this awakening subject. You seem to have got a real handle on it. So
I love that.
maybe you could give us a few words, encouragement to grow up, please.
But I'll be back to spend more.
Sure, thank you. Yeah,
Wicked.
well, what's going on?
Where do you start?
Resets, and we found ourselves in the middle of a reset, so we're definitely step ahead of the game. But I mean, the main thing is we need to focus on the future.
Because I went to Whitby, I found this piece of stone on the beach in Whitby, he never showed up. And I found something that looked like a truck or somebody stole it off it, and a piece of green crystallised, which I'll show you then, it's in my bag. But you hold it to the light, it's really green, really strange, you snap a bit.
Yeah, well, we've been tormented and stuff.
It looks like
That's the show. I want everyone should have an equal opportunity in this place, and not just to do the brainwashing thing that schools do in the curriculum. I mean, to exhibit their consciousness. I'm going to write forward.
I'll show you, I've got
picture,
some
I'm going
bits
to
of
do
the
this.
old
Just do what you want to do, but they don't do that.
Awesome.
They don't do that. They trick you in school to do their,
in
they give you
Campbell.
algebra. You never use algebra except on a stock exchange. tell you where they think you're going to end up.
But,
But yeah, thank you for that, Campbell. Lovely to see you. Who else have we got here? Still got Rich. And could they add Jen? I was just talking to her on her own, basically. Could you do that for me, Bri?
I sent her a join link, a Skype join link to
Cool.
her Facebook. I don't know how else to add her. Is she definitely on Skype?
Yeah.
I've never talked to her.
Yeah, well, she just got on there for me, basically, yesterday. So she basically downloaded it. But, let me see how to add participants. Is she on there? No. Unfortunately, she's not.
She's not in my contacts yet, so I can't just add her.
Yeah, same. Awesome, George. No. But yeah, it's nice to talk to Jenny. Anyway. So yeah, we got some very popular troopers here all in one place. We got Bryce Stavely, Campbell, and 007. Wow, not bad at all. So give some troops, babes, give some troops. Tell us some stuff, please. Campbell.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Me. All right.
Juice us up.
Yeah. Guys, I mean, look at where we used to be. This is what we're uncovering, right? Is where the creators here. We know that these, parasites that are, wish to control us. They can't create anything apart from stupid square buildings that make you sick and poison. All they can do is steal what we create and invert it to their, pathetic. I mean, and it really is. It's a crap creation, right? They're trying to be gods, and they're trying to basically mirror the creator. And look at their creation. It's pathetic. It's the word. I mean, you couldn't do worse if you tried. Like that, we've got to understand these guys, these people, these things are the most pathetic, low life. Just they don't need any energy. They just need to be, I don't know, like pitied and ignored, really, because we're believing what they tell us, and they're telling us